So today we're going to be talking about the book, The One Thing. And, it's the surprisingly simple truth behind extraordinary success. This is by Gary W. Keller and Jay Papasan. So again, what I do is I also get a chance to review these short summaries of all the books with all of you lovely people, because what it does is it also helps me decide which is the next book I'm going to read. So I share a lot of books which I've done before, and I also share a lot of books which I want to read in futures, and it's in my bucket list. So what is it about the author? Gary Keller has been running one of the world's largest real estate companies for the past 30 years. He has also written the New York Times bestseller, The One Thing. So this is book is a New York Times bestseller, and Jay Papasan, who's the co-author, he's of this book, is also like a best-selling millionaire real estate. He wrote this book along with Gary Keller, right? And he's co-authored this book. He's worked as an editor at HarperCollins publisher before this, and he co-owns a successful real estate team affiliated with Keller Williams. So both of them come from renowned backgrounds, and this book itself provides great insight into what we should be doing, what we should be focusing on. So the topics which we're going to be covering in this book here is the one thing. What is the domino effect? Creating a domino effect, the three golden rules. Everything matters equally. Multitasking, a disciplined life. Willpower is always on call. The focusing question, the success habit. So we'll be discussing all of this today. So starting with the one thing focuses on the best way to achieve one's goals. Right. Well, Keller achieved great success. It is important to know that he had a variety of focuses throughout his career. When you want the absolute best chance to succeed at anything, your approach should always be the small, right? It should be like, you focus, narrow focus, one thing at a time. Once you can do that, you will achieve better success. Log jate multitasking ki taraf, and they're doing multiple things at the same time. And obviously the results are not the same. When you would focus all your energies in one direction, you will see that it will grow tremendously. So now what is the domino effect? The domino effect states that any change you make to one's behavior, it triggers a chain reaction, causing related behaviors to shift as well. For example, whenever you make your bed in the morning, you may go and do it again the next morning. So it creates a domino effect. यहाँ पे हमने क्या करा, chain habits के बारे में भी we started in atomic habits. So what happens is sometimes what you do on a daily basis is because of chain behaviors, chain habits. So you do one thing, and that one thing creates a domino effect for you to do the next thing. So sometimes why do we always get up, we get ready, we do everything in a same sequence? Because once we do the one activity, everything revolves around that activity, and it creates a chain effect. So sometimes we will see during a holiday, we might be separate than during a work day, because we are not doing that chain activity, the domino, which is constituting the other activities to happen in a chain reaction. So that is what domino effect is all about. And how do you create a domino effect? The three golden rules for this are: start with the thing you are most motivated to do. Start with a small behavior and do it consistently. Maintain momentum and immediately move to the next task you are motivated to finish. When in doubt, break things down into smaller chunks. यहाँ पे चीज क्या होती है? At the end, it all boils down to what our habits are. So if we can develop good habits, like maybe if we can develop a good habit of exercising on a daily basis, and that will we do consistently over a period of time, we will be naturally healthy, right? So we will be we exercise daily, we'll be naturally healthy after 3 months, 6 months, and we'll maintain a certain body fat, and we'll be healthy and energetic at all times. So यहाँ पे the main thing is we start with the one thing. Whenever we want to do something and we want to create a chain and ripple effect, we start with the one thing which we are most motivated to do. We start with that, we create a small behavior, we start doing it on consistent basis. So what I do is every morning, I develop this habit that I will make my own bed. So इसके ऊपर भी किसी ने एक book लिखी थी, the entire book was, and the name of the book is Make Your Bed. So imagine like someone has written a book about making your bed. So I was like, if someone can write a book about making your bed, what's the harm in actually doing it instead of letting the helper do it? So up, what I did was like, it creates a chain, domino effect when I do it in the morning, because it gives you a sense of accomplishment. Before you begin your day, you feel that you have accomplished something. Now what you have to do is you have to continue that particular momentum which you have gathered early in the morning. You've accomplished something before the day has even begun. So आपको एक अंदर से hit आता है that yes, you've accomplished something. You continue doing small chunks of other activities as well, and develop a chain effect which creates and nurtures good habits. And यहाँ पे you are 6 lies away from success. So everything matters equally. People believe that everything matters equally. Then they believe multitasking is super great. Then a disciplined life. Willpower is always on call. It's always like, we can call it whenever we want. And a balanced life. So we will be discussing all of these in detail now. Everything matters equally. So यहाँ पे क्या, when everything feels urgent and important, everything seems equal. We become active and busy, but this doesn't actually move us any closer to success. Activity is often unrelated to productivity, and busyness rarely takes care of business. तो हमको क्या आदत रहती है कि हमें busy रहने की आदत रहती है, which is not really a good habit, because we give each and every task which is coming on our way equal importance, which is not so. Some of the tasks which are 20% of the task will actually get you 80% of the results. So it is very important for us to identify what these tasks are, which will give us the maximum results. And not everything matters equally, and being busy is not the key here. Being productive, getting more things done is the key. Everyone has equal amount of days. Once you can figure out what these 20% of tasks are, which will help you accomplish 80% of the goal, you continue to do those tasks, you will be much more ahead than a lot of other people who are just being busy on a daily basis. The things which are most important don't always scream the loudest. That is a saying by Bob Hawke. So we have to identify for ourselves what are the most important things in our life. Now moving on to multitasking. Multitasking is a lie, right? When you try to do two things at once, you either can't or won't do either one of them well. So लोगों को ये misconception होती है that यार I am a very good multitasker. But recent studies have proven that multitasking actually like takes away from your productivity and is not like recommended to do. When you do two or more things simultaneously, you divide up your focus, you dumb down all the outcomes. तो क्या है, आपको इस चीज पे भी फोकस नहीं है, इस चीज पे भी फोकस नहीं है, दोनों चीजें अच्छी नहीं होती. तो उससे क्या है, हमने डीप वर्क में पढ़ा था, when you can do two things simultaneously, multitask कर रहे हो, that means both of them are shallow work which can easily be replicated. So हमें जाना है deep work हमें करना है, which is requires focus, one thing at a time. एक चीज पे focus करेंगे, and that is the key to success. Where attention goes, energy flows. So researchers estimate we lose 28% of an average workday to multitasking ineffectiveness. So it is true. Try. Matlab, guys, what you want to do is make a simple to-do list on a daily basis. जो हमने bonuses में भी दिए थे, get a simple to-do list, task list अपनी बनाओ, 5-10 चीजें लिखो रोज जो आपको करनी है. Now do it in a sequence order. Don't like switch task switching नहीं करनी, multitasking भी नहीं करना, one thing at a time. जो simple है, जो भी आपका मन कर रहा है, do that, and like make sure आप एक एक करके वो चीज कर रहे हो. And once you can do that, you will feel that you have accomplished much more. So I again, like, it's a very good habit to maintain a to-do list, and it will actually help you accomplish a lot more in life. And I'm much more productive on days when I have a to-do list than on days when I don't have a to-do list. So disciplined life. So when you discipline yourself, you're essentially training yourself to act in a specific way. Stay with this long enough and it becomes a routine. So if you're disciplining yourself to be really productive, to have the right habits, then it's equally good. But if you're disciplined with all the wrong things, then it's, it can work anti-clockwise. So you can become more successful with less discipline than you think. For one simple reason, you identify and write down clear goals. यहाँ पे क्या मतलब है इसका? ये मतलब है that we identify the things which truly matter, which will absolutely move the needle, right? So यहाँ पे उन चीजों पे हमें फोकस करना है which will actually move the needle, which will actually give us immediate results, or which will give us a sense of accomplishment that we have actually achieved something. So not all tasks are equal, and अगर आप truly identify कर सकते हो which are the most important tasks which you have to do, you will be covering a lot more ground than a lot of other people who are just busy being busy, right? So willpower is always on call. So this is another myth. So every day क्या होता है हमको? Every day when we wake up, we have a limited amount of willpower which depletes as the day goes on. हम जितना use करते हैं उसके बाद वो deplete हो जाती है. So willpower is always on will call is a lie. We don't have unlimited resources of willpower. We have a limited resource for will. You do what matters most on priority when your willpower is at its highest. So subah it's much more important if you get the most important thing done right there in the morning. Eat the frog isko kehte hain, iske upar bhi book hai. You do the most important thing in the morning, and when your willpower is higher, you are fresh. थोड़े अपने आप का विल पावर स्ट्रॉन्ग करके वो वाली जो चीज है विच यूर फ्राइटन टू डू, एंड हम क्या करते हैं, हम इजी टास्क कर रहे हैं वट एवर वी आर डूइंग, एंड ये वाली चीज हम लटकाते रहते हैं. वी नो इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट बट वी टेंड टू लाइक यार शाम को करेंगे, दोपहर को करेंगे, शाम करते करते चल यार अब थक गए हैं, विल पावर डिप्लीट हो गई है, आफ्टर लंच लाइक यू फील ड्राउजी. सो वो सारे करके यार एंड में क्या बोलते हैं, दिन खत्म हो गए, बहुत सारी और टास्क आ जाते हैं हमको throughout the day. So we'll we'll do it tomorrow. So the best thing is do it right there in the morning when your willpower is at its peak. You're fresh. Do it in the morning and you will feel and you will know and that आपने एक month में अगर आप रोज कर सकते हो, एक week में you will see that you have accomplished a lot more than you might have accomplished in 1 month. So if you want to get the most out of your day, do your most important work, your one thing early before your willpower is drawn out completely. So now the focusing question. Answers come from questions, and the quality of the answer is determined by the quality of the question. Ask the wrong question and you will get the wrong answer. Ask the right question and you will get the right answer. Ask the most powerful question possible and the answers can be life altering. So it all depends on your comprehension and how you ask the correct questions. The focusing question should be, what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary, right? तो बहुत सारे टाइम क्या होता है, हम बहुत सारी चीजें कर रहे हैं, but what's that one thing जो अगर आज मैं कर लूं, everything else in my life will become simple and it will become easy, and everything else will either become unnecessary where I don't have to do any of those. Right? So the success habit, the focusing question is the foundational habit Keller uses to achieve extraordinary results and lead a big life. The focusing question can direct you to your one thing in the different areas of your life. You can also include a time frame such as right now or this year to give your answer the appropriate level of immediacy. So kitni immediately आपको वो task achieve करना है. एंड आई थिंक गाइज आज के दिन में क्या है कि जो एंटरप्रेन्योर्स है, टॉप एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, उनके ऊपर इतनी रिसर्च हुई है. देयर इज सो मच ऑफ रिसर्च व्हिच हैज बीन डन ऑन लाइक आवर लीडर्स व्हिच आर देयर इन बिजनेस इंडस्ट्री टुडे, जैसे वॉरेन बुफे हो गया, जेफ बीजोस, एलॉन मस्क. सो मेनी बुक्स हैव बीन रिटन ऑन देम, सो मेनी authors are like after them, approaching all billionaires, decoding their habit. So आज के दिन में अगर हमें truly successful बनना है in whatever we want to do, we want to follow a complete blueprint. We have to understand what do billionaires do, what and how they spend their entire day, what is their mindset, how they think, and slowly अगर हम daily इस पे focus कर सके, we will soon start behaving and acting like them, and we will understand that we are getting better results from everything which we do. So guys, with that, we come to this end of this book segment. And yes, as always, you can follow us on Instagram, prosync.solutions. If you guys are on Instagram, do give us a follow, and we post, new movies, new content, on a weekly basis. New content उसपे आ रहा है. So definitely you go there, and www.prosyncedu.com. We have launched magazines, ebooks as well for everyone to review, and purani master classes bhi hain, which you can go and you can do for extra studies.